All right, so all right, let me just make sure I've got this all the way up. Okay, good. All right, and if at any time something happens, you can't hear me, or there's an issue, just unmute yourself and jump in and let me know. Because it's, in case instead of sending me a little note, just unmute yourself, okay? All right, let's get started. I wanted to share a bit of this article, using yoga to strengthen and tone all parts of the core. All parts of the core. And I know a lot of times we just think of the core as like the rectus abdominis, these muscles on the top, but there are many muscles that are part of the core, and they have such an influence on how we walk in the world, right? So shift a little bit from side to side, just relax your face, let your eyes fall back into their sockets. And I'll share this with you. When you focus core work in only one position, you don't challenge the core muscles to their full effect. You also miss out on strengthening other important parts of the core. For instance, if you're only doing core work on your back, then you're missing a whole set of back core muscles, and that could be strengthened with exercises on the belly. To work and engage all of your core muscles to their full effect, you need to change your body position when strengthening your core. This is why yoga for core strength can be such an effective practice, because we tend to switch things up in yoga rather than repeating one movement over and over again. Also, core muscles get stronger when we employ other neighboring muscles. That's one of the reasons doing core work while weight bearing on your hands and forearms will likely get you a stronger core than just only doing crunches on your back. Let's begin with what is the core. The core's function is to stabilize the pelvis and spine and move your arms and legs with force. Sometimes hatha yoga is also translated as force. The core is essentially your torso, but also includes some of the muscles that attach your torso to your limbs. Primarily, the core consists of 8 main muscle groups. Number 1, the pelvic floor muscles. These diamond-shaped muscles, tendons, and tissue are at the base of your torso. Their function is to keep your organs inside. The rectus abdominis, and those are those muscles, those outer muscles. They're the superficial muscles in the front of your torso, AKA your six-pack. Their function is to, I want you to think about this, ding, ding, compress your organs. When we use these muscles when we forward bend, we compress. Number 3, external and internal obliques. These are also on the front of the body. They're a large group of muscles that run diagonally down your side of your body. The internal obliques are smaller and run in the opposite direction. They work together to twist and bend your torso. Also on the front and the back, the transverse abdominis. This is your deepest core muscle. The transverse abdominis wraps around your torso like a corset and draws everything in toward the midline of your body. Its function is to compress your organs and to pressurize your torso in order to protect your spine when carrying heavy objects and doing a lot of daily activities. Like, think about, I always say to my yoga for golfers, I mean, you're swinging the club at 100 miles an hour. You need to engage your core, right? Sidebar. Anyway, all right, on the back body, erector spinae and the multifidus. These are essentially the core muscles of your back. The erector spinae are a band of 3 large muscles that run up your spine, and the multifidus runs through your vertebrae. Collectively, they extend your spine, create length. On the back, also the glutes. The glutes are a group of 3 muscles. The gluteus maximus extends your legs behind you and laterally rotates your hips. Those are those big muscles, biggest core muscles in the body that you sit on. The gluteus medius, outer hips, and then the minimus, abduct your legs. In other words, they draw them away from the midline of your body. The hip flexors are on the front and the back. These muscles bring your legs toward your torso. One of the hip flexors, the psoas, is one of the largest muscles in the body, and we talked a lot about the psoas, how important it is. The hip flexors are generally weak and tight due to excessive sitting that most of us do. And number 8 The diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle of your core. And you can strengthen your core just by learning to breathe deeper, which we know. When we practice yoga for core strength, we inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. This way we're regularly using the core with the diaphragm when we practice. All right, let's go to the end. All right, so as we do this practice today, notice how changing the position of your body indirectly switches up which core muscles are predominantly being used. This is one of the many benefits of yoga for core strength. You can also notice that several core muscles work in tandem to stabilize your pelvis and spine, which is yet another benefit of changing up your positions when you practice. By changing positions, you'll change the level of engagement of the muscles too, so that they do not get bored. So let's say cross training, and that's beneficial too. So we'll do this practice today, and I will try to bring your awareness to certain poses, like which of these 8 muscle groups are muscles in particular are working. So, all right, let's get grounded. Take a couple moments and just align your spine, sit up tall, make any adjustments if you feel anything's a little bit out of sorts. If you don't feel grounded, connect more. Engage the core muscles right here in the center. Ribs draw down, navel draws in and up, pelvic floor lifts. So that's Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And let's just take a couple of cleansing breaths. Deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Let's take one more deep breath in and exhale, let it go. All right. We'll wet the lips and take the tongue to the palate, the space behind the teeth. And utilize the Ujjayi Pranayama. I want you to take your awareness just under the rib cage, this diaphragm, and I'll show you a chart of this in a moment. I meant to do that first, but forgot. Feel the movement of the diaphragm with your breath. In fact, let's exaggerate that breath, make it really generous. And then gradually make it softer, more integrated, more relaxed. And then realign the spine. Let's just sit up really tall here and pause. So we know that the core is physical. There's a physical aspect of the core, these muscles that we just reviewed, but it's also spiritual, emotional. So it's a power center, the third chakra, the solar plexus area, the seat of our Agni, our fire, our discipline, dedication, determination, intention. So when we strengthen ourselves physically, we also strengthen ourselves on these other levels. And when we integrate the physical with the spiritual, that is the yoga, the yoking together. I'm going to share a quote by Joseph Pilates. The mind, when housed within a healthful body, possesses a glorious sense of power. The mind, when housed within a healthful body, possesses a glorious sense of power. All right, let's open up the eyes. If you'd like to put on my playlist, Megan Miller, Into the Mystic, just put my phone on airplane mode. We're gonna, before you go, I wanna show you this. This is your diaphragm, okay? This is the diaphragm that we use when we deep breathe. So you can see right in the center of the body, important, very important, okay? All right, let's come on to, we're gonna start on hands and knees. Just wanna make sure this is on airplane mode. All right, so let's start tabletop. And we're gonna curl the toes and let the hips sink back, so seat to heels. And then we'll come back up, take an inhale, exhale, lift the hips up and back into our first down dog. Lift the heels, bring the knees down, take an inhale, sink the hips back, exhale. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips up and back into down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bring the knees down. And take an inhale here, exhale, sink the hips to the heels. Exhale, lift the hips up and back into down dog. And then we're gonna lift the heels and bring the knees to the ground. All right, we'll stretch the left leg straight back, press to the heel of the foot, transverse abdominis right here in the center of the body. Outer hips are hugging in, reach and stretch the right fingertips forward. Bring the right hand down, left knee down, stretch the right leg back. Outer hips are hugging in, gluteus medius, and reach and stretch to the left fingertips. Bring the left hand down, bring the right knee down. Let's stretch the left leg out behind us, engage in the center, ribs down, navel in, pelvic floor lifts. Bring the right hand down, left knee down, stretch the right leg back. One more time and reach through the left fingertips and through the right heel. Bring the left hand down, bring the right knee down. Now we're gonna do some fire hydrants, and fire hydrants strengthen the gluteus medius, these outer hip muscles. So engage the core and then pick up the left knee and then bring the left knee down. We'll pick up the right knee and bring the right knee down. Take an inhale, exhale, left hip comes up and then come down. Try to keep your core really strong. And take an inhale, exhale, right knee comes up and then we'll bring the knee down. Left knee up, left knee down, right knee up, right knee down. Let's do one more set. Left knee up, left knee down, right knee up, and right knee down. Bring the big toes together, widen the knees, deep inhale, exhale, sink the hips back, child's pose. I'm gonna move this way. Lift the head, let's pull the knees to parallel. And we're gonna do a forearm plank. Forearm plank targets the full core and is very stabilizing. It stabilizes the full core. So bring the forearms down. You can keep the hands open if you're more open in the shoulders, or interlace your hands, either one. Engage the core, step back with the feet, and then we'll stretch through the heels, lengthen. We wanna bring the shoulders in line with the hips. A generous breath here. Strong Ujjayi breath. Let's take 3 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then let the knees come down. Sink the seat to the heels. Let's just stretch here. Good, and then lift the gaze. We'll come into tabletop. Let's take a tabletop down dog and we'll take a twist here. So take an inhale here, exhale, lift the hips up. Take a couple of breaths. And then reach your right hand across, grab the left ankle, shin, or thigh. And then we'll bring the right hand down, lift the left hand up, let's go across the other way. And then bring the left hand down. Lift the heels up, bring the knees down. Let's take a wrist stretch. Take one or both of your hands toward your knees. You can also put your hands on a block. If you want more sensation, sink the hips back. And take a few strong Ujjayi breaths. Let's take one more full breath. And then turn your hands back around. Now we're gonna come into down dog, but let's step into plank to come into down dog. So step back. Hug the outer hip muscles in, pull the navel in and up and stretch the hips to down dog. Stepping into the left foot, let the right leg lift. Engage the core, stretch to the heel of the right foot. Inhale, pull the right knee in. Exhale, stretch the right leg up. Inhale, in, exhale, up. Inhale, in, step through and bring your left knee down. And we're gonna rise up into Anjalayasana. Lift out of the waistband, we'll take a back bend. Now touch the ground and straighten your right leg. You might need a couple of blocks for this. We're gonna be dynamic, okay? Plant the right foot down and let's come into the back bend. And then straighten the leg and take the half split. Let's do that again. Plant the right foot down, we'll come up, engage the core, back bend. Now touch the ground and straighten your right leg. Half splits. Place the right foot flat, open the hands, lift the back knee, plank pose, and we'll come into down dog. Between sides, we're gonna add side plank, which works the external obliques. Bring the right hand over and we'll take Vashisthasana. Bring the left hand down, let's go the other way, Vashisthasana. Bring the right hand down, lift the hips up, down dog. Step into the right foot, left foot lifts, pull the knee in, core plank, stretch the leg up. We'll pull the knee in, stretch the leg up, pull the knee in, hover and step through. Guide your right knee down and we'll take Anjalayasana. Touch the ground, straighten the left leg, half splits. We'll come through, left foot comes down, coming into the back bend. Bring the hands down, you feel the hip flexor stretch on the right side. And then let's come back through. And then bring the hands down, pick up the back knee, elevate, and then step the back foot in to meet the front foot. Forward fold. You can grab your elbows, use your blocks, touch the ground. And then let's bring the hands to the hips and come up nice and easy. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're gonna add classical sun salutations. That's when you take a knee and you take the back bends again. So press down into the feet, reach the arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Touch the ground, step back, left foot, left knee down, coming into your back bend. Touch the ground, step back, plank, add the vinyasa. Rock forward, lower straight down or bend the knees. Uncurl the toes, Sphinx Cobra, High Cobra, Up Dog. And then lift the hips up and back into down dog. Step into the right foot, left foot lifts, pull the knee in, step through, bring the right knee down and we'll take a back bend. Touch the ground on both sides, pick up the back knee, step in, right foot, forward fold. Rise up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. So I really love classical suns. They get the back body, they get the hip flexors. Let's go the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Touch the ground, step the right foot back, bring the knee down, and we'll take a back bend. Touch the ground, curl the back toes, step back, plank, chaturanga. Into down dog. Step into the left foot, right leg lifts, pull the knee in and step through, guide the left knee down, and let's take the back bend. Touch the ground, pick up the back knee, elevate, and step the back foot in to meet the front foot. All right, let's bring our hands to the hips and come up. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, the hands to heart center. All right, from here, we're gonna step into a wide position. So let's step back into wide position. And stretch the arms out, engage the core. Bend the elbows like cactus arms, and we're just gonna turn to the right, come back to center, turn to the left, come back to center, turn to the right, come back to center, so just some twist, turn to the left, come back to center, pull the arms behind us, bend the elbows, stretch the knuckles to the floor, deep inhale, thighs roll backwards, hinge from the hips, and take a wide-legged forward fold here with a bind. And then we'll release the hands to touch the ground. Turn the right foot on a slight angle. We'll take a lunging side angle stretch. Just walk around, cup your fingertips, drop your head. Walk back in. Right foot turns in. Let's go the other way. Walk back in. Take one more either side. So we're going to take this lunging side angle stretch. See if you can release some of the tension, tightness in the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Walk the hands back in, right foot turns. Let's go one more side. And then come back in. Walk the hands to the hips, come up. And turn your left foot to the back of your mat. Stack your knee over your ankle. Power up your legs from your feet. And stretch the arms out to the sides, warrior two. We're gonna do a reverse triangle. Open up the left palm, reverse the warrior first. Neutralize your neck. So bring your head to neutral, then straighten your left leg. Take a lateral stretch to the left, and let's widen the arms, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Rise up and bend the left knee, reverse the triangle again. So we're going to reverse the warrior, neutralize the gaze, straighten the left leg, open the arms, and come into triangle pose. Rise up and bend the left knee, open the palms. Let's bring the left arm underneath the right, eagle arms. Take an inhale, exhale, fold. And then on strong legs, rise up, open the arms out to the sides, warrior two. Now we're gonna actually do a sun salutation to the back of our mat. Roll off the back heel, step back, plank, chaturanga dandasana. Look up, step in or float. Inhale, monkey, exhale, fold, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to the heart. So step wide, again, facing me. We'll go the other way. Open the arms out, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Gaze forward, straighten the right leg. Take a lateral stretch to the right, triangle pose. So getting some extra hip flexors, space. One of those 8 muscle groups. Bend the right knee, reverse the warrior. Neutralize the head, we'll straighten the right leg, take a long stretch to the right, and open into triangle pose. And then bend the right knee. Open the palms, take the right arm underneath the left. Pull the navel center in and then turn and we'll fold. So the hip flexors start in the torso, right? And then let's come up and open the arms out. Let's take that vinyasa if you'd like. Windmill down, they're always negotiable, right? Take them or leave them. Step back, plank, chaturanga. Into down dog. Look up, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment, check in. Notice the prana, the life force, the energy that is elevating, but also your breath. What is your breath telling you? Let's take a moment and just have a quick sip of water. Really important to stay hydrated. I'm just going to change this a little bit. Here we go. All right. So we'll just take a sip of water. Okay. All right, this next sequence, it starts with eagle arms, and we're going to step into high lunge and kind of dynamically move between high lunge and warrior three. And then we'll hold that, okay? So find your foundation. Standing on one leg balances, force muscles that are reluctant to kind of step up to the plate to step up to the plate. So it's really powerful work. Just do your best. Open the arms out. Take the left arm underneath the right. Pick up the left heel and let's step into high lunge. Really strong in that back leg. Integrate the muscles. Wrap the muscles around your bones on your hips. Keep your core strong. We'll take an inhale and exhale, shift. Soften the right knee, step back. Let's shift. And then step down. But this last time, we'll hold it. So find a focal point, a good gaze point, and then shift, oops, and hold it, turn my ankle. Right, and then let's step back. Reach and stretch the arms up, but knit the ribs down. Spin the left foot flat, heel to heel or heel to bomb up, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out, right forearm, right thigh. Left arm up and over the ear. Let's lift the right arm off of our thigh. Maybe even bring the palms together, that's extra credit. Open the arms back up and open warrior two. Windmill down and touch the ground. Roll off the back heel, plank pose. You decide, add or subtract chaturanga. These are building heat. And then look up, step in or float to the top. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, let's go the other way. You can just stay where you are. Right arm underneath the left. Right foot comes up, we'll step back, high lunge. Engage, integrate your core, and then shift the weight. Soften the knees, step back. Shift and lift. Step back. Now this last time, let's shift and hold. And then step back. Release the arms up, high lunge. Spin the right foot flat, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out, left forearm, left thigh, right arm up and over the ear. Side angle stretch. More core, lift the left arm up. Maybe bring the palms together. Open the arms out, open warrior two. Windmill down, you can meet in down dog if you want to skip the vinyasa. Walk the feet forward. Let's take those twists. Left hand grabs the right ankle, shin, or thigh. And then left hand down, right hand reaches across. And then we'll come down and then lift the heels. Let's let the knees come down. And sink your seat to your heels. And breathe. And then lift the head. And let's walk the hands in. All right, we're going to take a bird dog with a quad stretch. So stretch the left leg back. Reach the right fingertips forward. Bend the left knee, reach behind you, grab the foot if you can. We'll come out and around. Right hand down, left knee down. Other side, right leg extends. Reach the left arm forward. Bend the right knee, reach behind you. Let's take this quad stretch. Releasing the hands on the feet. Bring the left hand down, right knee down, and then walk your knees back. All right, as we say, the core is on the front and the back of the body. Locust pose, belly back bends. Floor bows, they work the erector spinae and the multifundus as well as the glutes. Okay, so they do a lot of good work. All right, just catch your breath for a moment. I'll catch mine. And for this first belly back bend, what we're gonna do is cross our arms, engage our core, and we're gonna lift and lower. And just want you to feel those back body muscles working, okay? So cross your arms, drop your forehead onto your crossed arms. Before we do that, just let your pelvis rock a little bit. And now from here, keep your arms solid together. Roll your inner thighs to the ceiling and engage your core. Your knees come up. Now let's let the hands and the head lift up and then lower down. Feel all that power. Lift up, inhale, and exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Bend the knees and just rock a little side to side. And then bring your feet down. And then we'll let the head lift and come onto the forearms for a moment and add some Ujjayi breath. As you use your Ujjayi breath, really exaggerate your abdominal area, working against the ground. Let's take one more like that. And now we'll take a locust pose. And those of you that like to go on to floor bow, you can take the floor bow if your hip flexors feel open enough for that, okay? So let's walk the hands back, lift the hands up and stretch the arms behind us. Lift the heart. This is awesome, right? Awesome. If you want to pick up your feet, pick up your feet. If it's inviting to bend your knees and grab your ankles or the tops of the feet, you can feel the front of the body, the back of the body working. Either way, let's take some long, strong breaths, longer inhalations. We're lengthening the spine. One more breath. And then release. Tip your cheek. Let's let the pelvis rock. All right, and then bring your feet together. Listen to your hands. We'll lift the hips up and back into down dog. And then look up, step or float to the front. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. From the front of the mat, bend the knees and reach for the ground. And then lift into chair pose. Hug the muscles to the bones. All right, we'll straighten the legs and exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, touch the floor, and let's step the left foot back and come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. The right hip drawing back, the pelvic floor is lifted at a back bend. And then we'll neutralize the spine, touch the ground. Transitioning into pyramid poses. If you feel like you need blocks, grab them. We're gonna bump this left foot forward, widen the right foot. Situate so you can straighten your right leg. Left foot turns on a slight angle. I want you to think about this. When we exhale, we are compressing the core muscles, right? So inhale, lengthen, exhale, bow in and fold. Let's take another breath there. And then keep the left hand on the ground, right thumb to your hip crease. Pull the navel in, let's take this twist. Rita Trikonasana. We'll bring the right hand down. Look at the left foot, make it parallel and stretch it back. And then bring the left knee down and let's take the half split. And if you felt like you wanted to make that full split, slide forward, just an option. We're going to come together in half split. Now the next pose is either forward folding pigeon or lizard lunge. One just supposed to open up the hips. So you can take your right foot, turn it out, or walk this right foot to the left corner of the mat. Lengthen the spine, deep inhale, and then exhale, bow in. And you could grab a block if you feel like you want to support your head. Let's take another couple of breaths here. And then we'll lift the head. Now if you're in lizard, come into runner's lunge. We're going to swing, if we're in the forward folding pigeon, swing this left ankle around and come to Sukhasana. Let's bring the palms together and bring your thumbs to your third eye. Find your Ujjayi breath. And then take an inhale, exhale, bow. We'll come back up. Let the hands come behind you, uncross your ankles. Feet are hip width apart, hands on blocks to the floor, fingertips towards your heels. Lift your pelvis. Let's take an inverted half table. You look straight out or maybe look up. Look back towards your knees. We'll sit down, cross your right ankle over your left. We'll take in crossed ankle Navasana. Navasana is hip flexors and rectus abdominis. So stretch through your heels. Now pull the knees in. That's the inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, extend, hold. Inhale, pull in. Now touch your feet. We're going to take a reverse forward fold with the crossed ankles if you can. So shift your weight, hands to the ground or the blocks, and straighten your legs. Bow in. Right? And then let's uncross. Hands to the hips come up. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're gonna go the other way. You can stay where you are, I'll switch. So from the front of the mat, bend the knees, touch the ground, and then lift the hips to chair. Hands to chair, rather. Feel the gluteus medius, outer hip muscles hugging to bones, strengthening them. Straighten the legs, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back with the right foot, and we'll come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Lift out of the waistband, and back bend. Neutralize the spine, touch the ground. Pyramid poses, we're gonna bump this right foot forward, widen the pose if it's helpful. Organize, left hip reps back. Pelvic floor lifts, inhale, lengthen, exhale, bow. And then twisting, right hand inside or outside edge of the left foot, left thumb to your hip crease, strong in the core. And then we'll open and twist. Left hand coming down, right foot to parallel, stretch straight back to the right foot and bring the knee down. We'll straighten the left leg, half splits unless we're going into a deeper expression of that. Let's turn this up to half splits. And then we're going to come into either lizard lunge, left foot turning, forearms down, or forward folding pigeon, Kapada, Rajakapotasana. So we decided which one would be serving us best today. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Find a deep Ujjayi breath, but lengthen the exhalations. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And then meet in Sukhasana. If you're in lizard lunge, you're just going to meet me by coming to runner's lunge. And let's come around with the right ankle, Sukhasana. Bring your hands together. Thumbs at your sixth chakra, the third eye. Find the Ujjayi breath. We'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Rising back up, bring the hands behind you, another inverted half table. Use blocks if your wrist flexion isn't available for that. You need a lot of wrist flexion. Neutralize the head, let's sit down, and this time the left ankle over the right. For these crossed ankle Navasanas, inhale, we'll pull in, exhale, extend. Inhale in, exhale, extend. Inhale in, exhale, hold, and breathe. Inhale in, let's bring the hands down. On exhalation, lift your hips up and fold. And then uncross. Let's bring the hands to the hips and come up. Reach up, palms touch. Then exhale, hands to heart. We're going to take another standing balance. We're going to come, and I think we did this last week. I like to just kind of keep pulling us back to certain things so we download them. Eagle arms, eagle legs, and then into warrior three. Okay, so let's get good grounded, connected. We'll take the left arm underneath the right. Find a focal point, pick up the left heel. Pull the left leg up higher if you can. That gives you more leg to wrap. And then bend your knees. Wrap, single or double wrap your legs. Hug the muscles to the bones on your hips, gluteus medius. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, bow. Rise back up. Find your gaze point. Unwrap your left leg. And we'll come into this eagle arm warrior three. Virabhadrasana three. All right, and then step down. All right, just shake that all off. And we can go the other way. Right arm underneath the left. Keep the core activated. Pick up the right leg. High. Soften the left knee. Cross. Wrap, single or double. You can also tap your foot on a block. There, forgot to say that. Deep breath in. Exhale. Compressing the core muscles with this fold. And then rise back up. So you're toning the muscles in that position. Unwrap, and let's come into Virabhadrasana 3. And then we'll step down. All right, release the arms up. Palms touch and exhale, hands to heart. All right, so we're gonna take a sip of water. And then we're just gonna take a couple of moments. Since we've been doing all this core work, obviously handstand really incorporates all that. L pose would do a similar thing, you know, it's a similar action. If you're gonna do L pose, you're gonna put your feet on a baseboard by a wall, unless you can do a handstand in the middle of the room. You could do a handstand in the middle of the room. I'm gonna use my strap, because I like my strap. It's the width of my shoulders. And I like something along the wall to just kind of guide my spine. So I have this rolled up mat today that just kind of gives my back information to be integrated, to be lined up, right? A bolster works well for this. You can do an L pose if you'd like, or you can take like legs up the wall if you'd rather do something like that. So the thing about handstand, when we've done whole classes, this is just a little sidebar today. You can't get into handstand from the down dog. You've got to walk your feet like a long down dog. You got to walk your feet in so you're lining up your bones, and you really got to engage your core. And you kick up with an exhale. All right. So I'm bringing my head in, and I'm going to not try to kick up here. I got to walk in. And then on a sharp exhale, I'll lift up, press down. Now I can engage my leg muscles and then pull my feet away. All right, so just for fun, if you feel like you'd like to do that. The L pose, I think it's harder. For me, you can use the strap on this too. You need to have your feet on the baseboard though, right? And then you can step up and then straighten, and then maybe don't pull that right leg too far forward, you could go over. All right. Let's just, you know, remember it's always a journey. It's just, not about the destination. All right, so let's do another wrist stretch. So we're gonna come to the hands and knees. I'm gonna do another wrist stretch because this is a pretty wrist intensive practice today, I know. So let's sink the hips back. And then we'll walk the hands back, interlace the hands, and let's take some figure eights. All right, we're gonna do one more sequence with some fallen triangles and wild things, if you'd like. So we've got a lot of good preparation for those poses. So let's lift the hips up and back into down dog. Lift the right leg up. Right foot turns, bend the knee, hip flexor stretch. Straighten the right leg, pull the knee in and step through with the right foot. Walk the right hand over and come into fallen triangle. You want more core, pick up your right leg, just for fun. Right foot comes down, left hand comes down. Sweep the right leg up, three-legged dog. Take the hip flexor, stretch. Stay there or flip your dog. We're gonna come up and around. Swing the right leg up, step through. Spin the left foot flat, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out, right forearm, right thigh, left arm up and over the ear. Now here you could take a half bind. You could take a full bind if you like. If that's in your practice, we've done a lot of nice shoulder work. It may feel accessible. If it's not, take a half bind. All right, let's meet together, right forearm on the thigh, left arm up and over the ear. If you want, lift this right arm up. Maybe touch the palms. Open the arms, warrior two. You decide if you're adding or subtracting a vinyasa. That'd be the last one. Maybe, thank goodness. All right, let's go the other way. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, hip flexor, stretch. Straighten the left leg. Pull the knee in, step through, fallen triangle. Maybe pick up this left leg if it's willing. You're picking it up with your core. Bring the right hand down, swing the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, hip flexor, stretch. Flip your dog if you love it. Come back around. Left leg lifts, pull the foot forward, spin the right foot flat, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out, left forearm, left thigh, right arm up and over the ear. You could take a half bind, you could take your full bind if you feel like it's in your wheelhouse today. It's always a little looser. Bring the left forearm on the thigh. Stretch the right arm up and over. Lift the left arm off your leg. Maybe the palms touch. Let's open the arms into warrior two. Now we're going to close this up. Windmill down, touch. Roll off your back heel. Take a step forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Use your breath in a soothing way. Let's bend the knees and we're going to come to seated. All right. So just take a moment to sit. Very dynamic work today, so I'm sure you can feel that your breath is quite elevated, and I want it to dial down before we do this next pose. So we're going to do bridge poses. And bridge are for the glutes, especially on the back, the gluteus maximus. And also work on the erector spinae, which are on the back body, okay? So let's separate the feet and scoot the glutes toward the heels. Walk onto your elbows. Let's take a moment, acclimate here. Cleansing breath. And then make cactus elbows with your arms, if you can. We'll bring the hands down. Lift the pelvis up. Bridge pose. Now, we've already done a lot of nice hip flexor stretch. We got the hip flexors here too. Your gluteus maximus You want those to be activated, but don't clench them. They're on, but you don't want to overdo it there, right? The pelvic floor is lifted. All right, just to strengthen these muscles that get amnesia, pick up the right knee and bring the right foot down. Pick up the left knee and then bring the foot down. Knee up and knee down. Bring the knee up and down. See if we can do one more set. Pull the knee in. This is really strong, important work. Bring the right foot down. Left leg lifts and left foot down. Now let's cross the hips up and interlace the hands. Stretch the knuckles towards your heels. Relax your face. Maybe some cleansing breath. One more deep breath. And then release your hands and let's lower down. So we've talked about this before. When we sit a lot, your gluteus maximus, they're supposed to fire. They get lazy, they don't fire. So that's kind of some nice extra work. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining cobbler's pose. And then pull the knees up. Just gonna widen the feet and we'll take some neutral twists. Drop the knees to the left. Decompressing the spine. Twist, balance out the forward folding and the back bending. Pull the knees up. And let's drop the knees to the other side. Pull both knees up and heel toe your feet together, and we'll stretch the legs out. And we'll come to our rest, Shavasana. As you move into your rest, yoga is to unite the body, mind, and intelligence with the depth of the soul. It is a science that liberates one's mind from the bondage of the body and leads it towards the soul. Yoga is meant for individual growth and for physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual obstructions to be removed. It is designed for the removal of fluctuations and afflictions, pains and sorrows, allowing one to enjoy the pleasures of the world and to be free from dis-ease. It's by B.K.S. Iyengar. So very slowly, gradually connecting to your body and to your breath. Draw the knees in toward the heart and just rock for a moment from side to side. And then extend your left leg. Bend your right knee and just come across in a little bit deeper twist. So just a little bit deeper twist. And then we'll come back with both knees in and rock gently from side to side. Let's take that twist in the opposite direction. So you're going to just extend and take the twist in the opposite direction across the body. Good. And then let's rock up to seated. So we're going to come back. Come back to the center, and then you'll come to the center and rock up. And come into Sukhasana, cross your ankles. Let's take a moment and just shift a bit from side to side and find your inner space, your connection to your inner world. You can bring the palms together in front of the heart center and just take a moment of observation and appreciation for your body's ability to complete the practice. Anything you picked up today, anything that hopefully will serve you on and off the mat. And then we can bring the fingertips up to the forehead and just touch here. From here, let's bow to one another. Just say namaste. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, my friends. Oh, nice to have you. It looks like I think that Sandy was on the move. She had to jump off. I know she has a new baby in her life. I'll be back. Well, next Monday, one more class from here. I've got my daughters and my nieces and my sister-in-law coming this week, and then I'm heading back to Chicago. But class on Zoom from here next week, and then the next Monday we're going to do in the studio and Zoom. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope that was helpful. Please drink some extra water. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Thanks, Megan. It was great.
All right, good. Miss you guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.